Question number 1. Pico Iyer was born in 1957. Pico Iyer's full name was Siddhartha Pico Raghuvan Iyer. He was named after the Buddha and an Italian philosopher Pico della Mirandola. At Oxford, Iyer was awarded congratulatory double first in literature. He was awarded an honorary doctorate by Chapman University in 2017. Since 1992, Iyer is living in Japan. His notable works are Video Night in Kathmandu, The Lady and the Monk, Falling Off the Map, etc. Iyer defines himself as a multi-dimensional soul on a multinational globe. Why We Travel was published in 2000 in Salon. Iyer's other travel essays are In the Realm of Jet Lag 2004, Hyderabad in 5 Colors 2013, The Walk That Made Me Love Japan 2014, The Foreign Spell 2015. Who wrote The Philosophy of Travel? It is George Santayana. People spend a whole week's wages to eat with Colonel Sanders. Mickey Rourke is regarded as the greatest actor since Jerry Lewis in Paris. Who, according to Iyer, complains nothing here is the way it is at home? It's a tourist. Who, according to Iyer, grumbles everything here is same as it is in Cairo? The traveler. According to the writer, where are women seen relieving themselves next to the mountains of trash? It's Port-au-Prince. To which place does Iyer say he would take Tylenol and bars of soap? Cuba. Who said a man never goes so far as when he doesn't know where he is going? Oliver Cromwell. Who was Colonel Sanders? An American businessman and founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant chain. Who said traveling is a fool's paradise? Ralph Waldo Emerson. Anne Frank was born in 1929. Anne's father, Otto Frank, worked in a food production business. The place where Anne and her family went into hiding was called the Secret Annex. The dentist who joined them later was Albert Dussel. After a Dutch informer leaked the information about their hiding, they were taken to Gestapo headquarters in Amsterdam and then to Auschwitz, Poland. Who freed Anne's father, Otto Frank? The Russians. Anne died in 1945. Anne died at the age of 15. The diary entry dated Saturday 20 June 1942 was written before Anne Frank moved into hiding. Anne calls her diary as Kitty. The diary entry Saturday 7 November 1942 is about adolescence and sibling rivalry. Which diary entry is about the German invasion of Holland 13 January 1943. Information about the dwellers of the secret annex is revealed in 3rd May 1944 entry. Who recovered Anne Frank's diary? It was recovered in 1945. In how many countries was the diary published? 30. Where was the diary made into a motion picture in 1959? In the US. The Montessori school Anne studied in was renamed as Anne Frank School. Anne's father was married at the age of 36. Anne's sister Margot was born in 1926. Anne Frank's grandmother died in 1942. All the Jews were forced by the Germans to wear yellow star. Name the 23-year-old typist working with Otto Frank. He was Elie Wasson. An employee of Mr. Otto Frank who helped in hiding the Frank family in the annex was Meep. Mahmoud Darwish, the Palestinian poet, was born in 1941. Name the village that was occupied and later razed by the Israeli army. It's Al-Birwa in Galilee. Mahmoud Darwish lived in Lebanon, Cairo and Paris. He founded and edited journal Al-Carmel in 1981. He wrote Palestinian Declaration of Independence in 1988. How many volumes of poetry did he write? 30. The central theme of Darwish's writing is Watan or homeland. In how many languages his work has been translated? It's 20. Mahmoud Darwish died in 2008 in Houston, Texas. ID card was published in 1964. What is the ID card number in the poem? It's 50,000. How many children the speaker has in the poem? 8. Where does the speaker work? In a quarry. I eat the flesh of my usurper occurs in the poem ID card. Who translated ID card into English? Salman Hilme. Seamus Heaney was born in Castledown, County Derry, Ireland. Heaney called County Derry as country of the mind. Heaney got educated from St. Colum's College in Derry and Queen's University. Seamus Heaney's first book of poetry was 11 Poems, 1965. Heaney was a visiting professor to Howard University from 1982 to 2006. How many volumes of poetry did he produce? 20. His acclaimed volume of poetry, North, was published in 1975. Heaney died in 2013. Digging has been taken from his book, Death of a Naturalist, 1967. The Canadian novelist Margaret Atwood was born in 1939. She obtained master's degree from Radcliffe College in 1962. Her important works are The Edible Woman, 1969, Surfacing, 1972, The Robber Bride, 1993, Alias Grace, 1996, Cat's Eye, 1988, The Circle Game, 1964, The Animals in That Country, 1968, The Journals of Susanna Moody, 1970, Power Politics, 1971, You Are Happy, 1974, Two-Headed Poems, 1978, True Stories, 1981, and Morning in the Burned House, 1995. Oryx and Craig, 2003, and The Year of the Flood, or about scientific dystopias in the wake of ecological disaster. How many times has she been shortlisted for Booker Prize? 5 times. She won Booker Prize in 2000 for The Blind Assassin and 2019 for The Testament. The Testament is a sequel to her dystopian novel, The Handmaid's Tale, 1985. This is a Photograph of Me is the opening poem of Atwood's anthology, The Circle Game, 1964. Atwood won Governor General Award in 1966. Om Prakash Valmiki was born in 1950 in Muzaffarnagar, UP. Valmiki worked in Government Ordnance Factory. His important works are Juten, 1997, Sadiyon Ka Santaap, 1989, Bas Bahut Ho Chuka, 1997, Ab Aur Nahi, 2009, Salam, 2000, Guspeti, 2004. दलित साहित्य का सुंदर शास्त्रा 2001, सफाई दिवाता 2009, name Kanchan Eli's work which Valmiki translated. Why I Am Not a Hindu, 1996. He was awarded Dr. Ambedkar Rashtriya Samman and 8th Hindi World Convention Award. Juten has been translated in 2003 by Arun Prabha Mukherjee. Who was Arun Prabha Mukherjee? He was professor of English at York University in Toronto. In Hindi, Juten refers to leftover food. How many brothers and sisters did Valmiki have? 3 brothers and 1 sister. The name of the Christian who used to teach Valmiki was Sivak Ram Munshi. Who were his friends at school? Ram Singh and Sukhan Singh. In school, headmaster Bishambar Singh was replaced by Kali Ram. What was the pet name of Om Prakash Valmiki at home? Munshi Ji. For how many days did headmaster Kali Ram ask Valmiki to sweep the school? 3 days. What was the name of the Pradhan whom Valmiki's father approached for the ill treatment his son received? Swaga Singh Tyagi. Who saves the village from the wild boar? Valmiki's elder brother Sukhbir. The names of his other two brothers are Jasbir and Janisa. When did Valmiki's mother become an incarnation of Mother Goddess Durga? In the wedding of Sukhdev Singh Tyagi's daughter. Sukhbir died because of fever. Who shoulders the family responsibilities after Sukhbir's death? Jasbir. What does Babi offer for Valmiki's education? An anklet. Who used to pawn and buy gold and silver ornaments? Vidya Satyanarayana Sharma. Who was Dronacharya, teacher of both Pandavas and Kauravas? Thanks for watching. Do subscribe